So, you know, there are winners and losers from all of this. You know, quite a lot of losers right at the moment.
First off, everyone's losing out of this. I don't think anyone's benefiting at all from this. We were quite fortunate with AIRRUN. We offered the postponement. We offered a deferral to the following year. We offered them to come into Richmond Run Fest using what they've paid towards that entry fee. We also offered a full refund. Mm-hmm. And you know, we're losing out of that at the moment because lots of people are coming up to us and saying, well, listen, these other races aren't offering that, so you're the only one that I can get a refund from. But you know, I will come and see you again. So you've got so many losers, and no one's winning out of this. But there's, you know, you do really feel for certain events, you know, your autumn events as well. So that's all the negative stuff, and it's all affects us all, and we will get over it, and there will be a life after all this. The positive stuff, I think we're going to go and see a massive running boom coming out from this.
Yeah. The number of people that have started running, and I know I've got a big Facebook group, and I'm in quite a few others. There's a lot of, oh my goodness, there's all these new runners. What are they doing? I mean, it's great to see people out exercising, and I know they've had a little bit of a stick from the running community and also the dog walking community, saying, oh, there's too many runners out. But it's great to see people taking up a new sport, starting something new, getting some fresh air and some exercise. I mean, that's the biggest upside of all of this. People are getting out.
I'm sure lots of people. I've seen lots of I've seen lots of images, okay, where we've seen, you know, this is what I'm going to look like after isolation, okay, and it's a picture of someone big and put on a load of weight, okay. I've actually seen the opposite. I've seen my neighbours in my flats, okay, all going out for runs. I've actually been able to note that he's a runner. Next time I see him, I'm going to make sure I'm going to let him know to do our event and everything else. People have quit all the gyms, and you know, running is a confidence game. You know, the hardest part of running is probably your first month, especially as a beginner.
Yeah.
Because you feel awful. I've just got back into running because of a bet recently, okay, and I'm just at near-ish the end of
Tell us the bet, Tom. Tell us the bet.
I've got to run a sub 2:45 marathon within a year, and
it's just crazy.
And everything else. So yeah, so I've now got to do some serious training. So it's brilliant because all the pubs are shut. So
that's it. Yeah, we can't drink as much.
Correct, and I don't drink at home. So you know, I do drink probably too much, but I drink it down the pub, and I like the community side of it. But I don't. So it's been perfect for me. So I've been able to get in some. You know, I've actually jumped. I've done something a bit of a no-no. I've jumped up to 40 miles in my first, you know, pretty much my first week of running, sort of thing. So I'm waiting for the niggles to come and to catch up on me. But the positive thing is, you know, people are out of gyms. They've already through their first month of running, where in the first 3 weeks you're just
it's horrendous.
Having an argument with yourself, saying, I'm not a runner, I'm not a runner, I'm not a runner. And then it eases off, and then you sort of have the same pain, but you ran it 3 minutes quicker or something like that, and then you go, good on you, you know, it hurt just as much, but I'm now a runner. And you know, and then you go for that sort of a bit of positive, you know, feedback, and then you're like, right, well, I can run faster, I can push myself harder, and that. So I think the positive will be we'll have a massive running boom, lots of new runners. The first park run of the year.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
I think it's going to be a massive celebration. Well, we might not be able to. We'll still be some sort of self-isolating, I'm sure, at that point, because you know there's not going to be a finish line flag, and we're suddenly going to go back to what we were. But you know, there'll be a few elbow pumps, okay, and everything else. And but yeah, we'll be welcoming an absolute massive amount of people who aren't probably going to go back to that gym, and who, you know, have started the training, so they might as well complete that half marathon or that marathon on their to-do list and get there. So on a positive note, finishing on that, you know, I look forward to seeing so many new faces amongst our events in September and October, and you know, hopefully within our sport and the community, and hopefully training with you.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's exactly the type of person I help new runners, and I take them through what it's like to just get out there, how to breathe, how to actually run, how to pick your first pair of trainers. And the biggest problem I think a lot of runners have is white van man, or how to deal with naysayers. And quite frankly, at the moment, there is no white van man. So no one is being rude to new runners. So it's a great opportunity, guys, if you are not a runner, to get out there and start, because no one is dissing you, telling you that you're not a runner and you shouldn't be out there. Because that is one of the main issues with people. But and
Helen, you should say there are.
Yeah.
Helen, you should say that there are other colour vans available out there. Okay?
There are other coloured vans available out there.
I can abuse what
yeah, the vans. But no, it is a massive. If you're on the couch and want to start running, people's perception of you is the biggest hindrance to getting outside. And I do see that right now, with people, I live over the road from Windsor Great Park, and I'm out pretty much every day, and every day there are runners out. We're all, looking at each other, but I make a point of saying hello to absolutely everybody I pass at least 2 meters distance. And there are a good few new runners out there who they're not being judged because of them being out there running. So it's a great opportunity to get going, because you haven't got hundreds of people out in parks or on roads and tooting horns when they shouldn't be tooting horns at you. So it can be a real confidence boost. But I think, later on this year, let's try and keep that group. Let's keep that group running. And I know I'm going to be doing some programs and some workshops about how really to keep going with your running. But having some events like 5Ks and 10Ks, and I know that RunFest, you've got your 5Ks and 10Ks, and I think AIRRUN, you've got the shorter distances as well. They're a great time for all the new runners who are getting going right now. Another 4 to 6 months time, they're going to be in exactly the right place to run their first race.